Hey guys, Rick with Rick's Toy Room. It has been a crazy couple weeks. I see that a lot of you have watched some of the live video when we were trying our whatnots. I haven't done a direct update in a bit, so I figured this weekend would be a great weekend to do an update. Lots of cool stuff happening, a lot of things coming down the pipe. So let's get into it. First and foremost, hopefully, maybe you have noticed that there is a friend in the corner here. So this weekend was the reschedule of Spooky Empire, which is the typical Orlando Halloween show or pre-Halloween show. Due to Hurricane Helene, we had to push that, or Milton, excuse me, they had to push the conference back. Most of the guests were able to come back. The only two that did not were Ernie Hudson and one other girl, which I'm really bummed about because Ernie Hudson was one of the three people I absolutely wanted to meet at this show. So, I kept my ticket. I said, screw it, we're still going to go. I spent a ton of cash acquiring this, so I want to share it with you. Check it out. First and foremost, it is the original theatrical, double-sided, I'm not going to take it out of the frame, Child's Play 2 movie poster. But this one was signed. So I'm going to get rid of that glare for a second. That didn't work at all. We have the signature by Elise, who played Kylie, and then we have Alex Vincent, who played Andy in the Child's Play 1, Child's Play 2, Cult of Chucky. What was the other one? He did the last two movies, and so did Christine, actually. They did the last two movies, which was like Child's Play 5 and 6, or 6 and 7. Because you had Child's Play 1, 2, 3, which was Alex Vincent, and somebody else. Then you had, was it Bride of Chucky? There's like 3 Bride of Chucky, so it would have made 6. And then the last 2, which was like something in Curse. And then they did the TV series, which both Alex and Christine both act in. So I was like, look, I've been a huge Chucky fan as a kid. Talking to a few friends of mine, like Child's Play is one of their favorites. I was like, dude, this is just an absolute opportune time. I got on eBay. I did some hunting. I talked with a few sellers, and I finally found one that had an original dual-sided 27 by 41 Child's Play 2 theatrical movie poster. Cost me about $197. But I was like, dude, I need the poster. I need the original. I am going to work, right now it's in a cheap little Michaels frame, but I am going to work with a seller out of China who did my lighted display for my Gallery Pandas. They actually make the full 27 by 41 backlit light frames, so I'm going to order one of those. I'm going to get this thing in a backlit. Quick side note, quick side story. Ever since I was probably like early teens, I've had a thing for backlit movie displays. I have a big thing for neon in general, like neon signs, neon lights, glowy things. For some reason, that just really like blows up my ocular like attention, right? So I've always wanted and I've always collected movie posters. Actually, my ex-wife has probably a couple hundred of the ones that I left back at the house. So I'm going to get a lit frame for this. Current technology, they've got really thin LED backlits. So I'm going to get an LED backlit. I'm going to get this thing put up. I don't know where in the hell I'm going to put it. Most of my office, all the wall space is taken up. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it over by the TV behind the door. Once I get, because there's also a power strip there. That way I can like LED light it up. And then I'll probably rotate it out throughout time with other actual dual-sided movie posters that I've collected throughout the years. I'm going to get my other ones back. So that's my side story with that. Now let's talk about Spooky Empire. Let's talk about meeting Alex, meeting Christine, and just the show in general. The show actually was pretty solid. Vendor space was kind of small. Really only about 2 rows worth of vendors. About 8 aisles total. The entire first row, so I want to say there's 6 rows for the show, and then the autograph area, or 5 rows and then the autograph area. The first like 2 or 3 rows were Tattoo Alley, which was kind of cool. Like, you could walk right in and you're smack dab right in front of, like, all the tattoo artists and people getting work done, which was really cool. A lot of guys had, like, really cheap, like, $25, $50 tattoos, little, like, spend $50, get a quarter, pull it out, get a random, get something done. That's nice. So Tattoo Alley was kind of cool. I didn't see any particular artwork that, like, just blew my mind. Like, a lot of people doing tattoos there were very traditional tattoo artists. A lot of tattoo supplies, so inks, guns, etc. I think if I would have kind of, like, scheduled things differently or thought about things differently, I might have worked on getting a new tattoo. I've got a couple ideas of some stuff that I want, but nothing that's like I have to have it. So yeah, so Tattoo Alley was there. That was, again, still really cool. I love seeing, like, all the different artists when they're all laid out. Next section started your actual vendors. So 2 or 3 3D print vendors, the woodworking vendors, vendors that do, like, the crocheted, like, stuffed animals. So those are really cool. The 3D print stuff, obviously, like, I got multiple 3D printers. I do all kinds of stuff like that. That stuff doesn't necessarily impress me a lot these days. Some of the quality these guys had was really good. And some of the, one guy did the, what was it? Like, I forget who does the artwork on it, but it was like the Dark Horse turtles. So, like, the real thick, muscular, big-headed turtles. He did some really good paint work on those, but he just printed the same statue 4 times and just repainted the bandanas. Not something I was super impressed with. I do have a photo I took of these horror knives that he did 3D printed. Originally, I thought they were actual, like, hand-painted knives, but they weren't. When I looked at them closer, they were just, like, magnetic backed 3D printed knives. Should be able to, I think once I've downloaded, I'll throw it up here in the corner to show you. Really cool looking. I want to see if I can find the STLs for those and see if I can break that up where I can print it in multiple colors using a single color printer, because they were really cool. I would love to do a few of those for a few friends of mine. What else did I see? You know, your typical, I mean, obviously you had your pop dealers, you had your toy dealers. One guy did custom Funko boxes. So, like, he did ones in the Good Guy dolls. He did one for the Turtles, like the Harry Potters. Like, he completely made his own custom cardboard inserts for the protectors that the Funko's going. Phenomenal. The guy had some really good skill. I give him a lot of credit for that. Like, you could tell he's done design work for a while. That was really cool. And then some of your, you know, your typical, like, tchotchke type miscellaneous crap. Everything was pretty much horror themed, which was really, really cool. A couple guys that do, like, the ghost tour books, etc. for Tampa and Florida. Almost bought one of those, but I was like, I just don't, like, I don't think I'm going to spend the time to read it this week. I've got so much shit going on. Then we get into Artist Alley. And I'll be honest, the Artist Alley, 1, was set up really well, and 2, it was really full. So they backed the entire back end of the hall up for all the... not Artist Alley, excuse me, the Autograph Alley. They had some really good people there. Like I said, I was kind of bummed they didn't have, like I said, that Ernie Hudson did not make it, because the guy that played Walter Peck in Ghostbusters was there. I would have definitely got, like, a Ghostbusters photo with both of them signed, because then I would have to find Bill Murray and write Walter Peck, you're a dick. It was cool, though. I mean, they had a lot of great actors. Amanda Bersey, who played Marcy Darcy in Married with Children. She also has a horror career, and she was there. I did not go all the way back to find her booth to see what she was charging, but I saw her walking through the con. I mean, she's got to be 60, 70. Like, she looked great health, like, super short, kind of like you would expect. I wanted to meet her, but I also did not want to spend a lot of time at the con. 2 hours there, 2 hours back. Jax wasn't eating. Like, I kind of wanted to get a lay of the land, get out. Really easy when it comes to like getting in and out of the con. Like if you prepaid for your tickets, you just walk right up to the pre-registration booth. They scan your barcode, give you a wristband, off you go. Security was super light. $60 for Saturday wasn't terrible, plus 20 for parking. Alex and Christine. So Alex played Andy in Child's Play 1, Child's Play 2, and then the last two movies, and then the TV series. And then Christine played Kylie in Child's Play 2, and then she's been in, I think she was in Cult of Chucky, and then she was in the TV series. So I walked up, and there was older lady there with a giant Chucky doll. She's getting signed. She went and signed by both. So I was like, all right, well, I got to get my poster out. So I get my poster out, and I was like, well, because none of the prices were listed on the website, and none of the, like, there's just no information available, and 99% of these guys were cash only. So, and I think that was originally posted on the website before they canceled the show in October. So I turned around and I hit the ATM here before going in, so I had a few hundred in cash on me. I walk up, I'm like, all right, what's the prices? $60 with selfie, autograph plus selfie, $60, doesn't matter what you're having signed. I'm like, dude, this is amazing. These guys aren't trying to like rob anybody. They're not like $60 for my autograph, $70 for, or $80 for a custom item, selfies an extra 20. Like, they weren't nickel and diming anybody. And from what I could tell, all of the celebrities there were this exact same way. So it was really, really nice. Walk up, talk to Christine first, and dude, she was super fucking cool, man. Like, she doesn't look as old as she is. And sitting there shooting shit with her. And of course, I always like to ask, you know, what is the weirdest thing someone has had you autograph? And, you know, did you get to keep anything from any of the shows? So, talking to her, now Christine's done a lot of work. Like, she was in 90210. She was in, I think, ER. She was in, dude, she's been in a ton of shit. And then, of course, all the Child's Play movies. So I was like, well, what's the weirdest thing someone's asked you to autograph? She goes, I autograph a lot of eggs. And I'm like, I don't know the reference. And she's like, well, 90210, when she was, you know, in school, there's a time where they had to trade an egg for something. One of the episodes she was in. So people, like, think that's, for whatever reason, like, a thing. So they have her autograph eggs. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. She said, obviously, body parts. Like, and I think that's, like, one of the big things most celebrities find weird is autographing body parts. Like, autographing an arm or leg to get tattooed. I don't know. I think it's actually kind of a cool idea, especially if it's like your hero, whatever. I don't know who I would do that for, but it would be cool. Girl that I work with, I hang out with a lot, Sam. She wanted to get Keanu Reeves to autograph her arm so she could tattoo it, and he was like, "I'm not doing that." He's like, "You should never do that." Like, I think he's against tattoos. But so he talked her out of it, and he signed something for the band that he's in, that she went to see him for. But I think that would be, I don't know, I think that would be kind of a cool thing. But again, she was really cool. She's like, hey, let's do a selfie. She grabs my phone, she gives it to some random dude. She's like, hey, take us a photo. She had him take a couple photos. It was super cool. She was just really, really nice and sweet. Went over to Alex, and Alex was kind of like, him and Han around his booth. He didn't really want to sit still too much. Went up and met him, paid him again, $60 for the auto plus selfie, and we just started talking, right? And I was asking him, like, I asked him, like, first off, how old was he when he did the first Chucky? He's like, well, 6 years old. I was like, how did that make you feel? Like, wouldn't that kind of, like, fuck you up? And he's like, dude, I knew as a kid that it wasn't real. He's like, being behind the scenes of it's a lot different than watching it. He's like, I just try to do really good. He's like, what fucks you up as a kid the most is having to deal with adult shit. So, you know, contracts, all that kind of, like, the money situation. I told him I didn't obviously finish the Chucky TV series yet. I just finished polishing off season 1. And I was like, I don't know how I feel about the show. I was like, but in Cult, I thought it was completely hilarious how you and Christine had the Boondock Saints, like, double pistols to Chucky. And he was laughing. He's like, yeah, that was a really cool scene. He said he loves season 2 of the TV show. I should absolutely go watch it. He said he didn't think they were going to leave that scene and, like, where they go, fuck you, Chucky, or when Chucky says "fuck you, Andy." I forget which one it was. He's like, but he was really shocked when he finally watched it and watched the edits that it was still in there, and he thought that was hilarious. But he said season 2 of Chucky was his favorite, and it gets really wild. So now I'm going to spend probably the next couple days just smashing through Chucky season 2 and 3. I think they're like 8 or 10 episodes, 20. I don't know how many episodes. So I'm going to go watch those tonight. Just drink and watch Chucky movies, TV shows. But he was cool. I was trying to find other things to talk to him about because he didn't have a line, and I was like, well, he's still signing, so I'll just keep going. Asked him about weirdest things to autograph, and he was like, dude, he's like, there's so much wild, they so licensed the shit out of Chucky that he's just signed some crazy Child's Play shit. Some lady brought in a custom-made Disney VHS, where it's like Walt Disney, but it says like Walt killed me or something. Completely custom cover that she had signed. But he was saying, because I asked him if like there would be a season 4, he said most likely not. And he's got nothing lined up for acting gigs for the next like 6 to 9 months. And he was like, yeah, he's like, I really just don't, he's like, acting isn't really my passion. I do it. He's like, but I'm more into like my sound production. He does music. He's a music producer. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I was like, so do you just ever kind of like, I was like, if you're kind of tired of the character or kind of tired of, acting, like, why did you come back for the series? And he's like, dude, he's like, first off, Chucky's your friend to the end. You can't just leave him. And I was fucking cracking up because that was hilarious. But he said that he really loved the crew. He loved the staff, like all the guys. Like it's been the same director and writer all the way through, right? So he really likes the crew. He was just super personable. We did a selfie. I had a really shitty grin on my face, but I'll post the selfie up here in a second. So I think I'm going to go get the selfies printed from Walgreens and 8x10s and then put them up on my my photo wall with all my actors. The JSA certification, I had the poster stickered on the front corner. I got the card in the back, and then once I put the lighted display up, I'll probably just tape the JSA card behind the lighted display. So that was Spooky Empire. Great. I don't want to say it was a great show. It was a good show. It definitely was. It was very smooth. Like, I'm starting to actually enjoy these smaller cons a little bit more than the big ones. Though, granted, the big ones pull some triple A title actors and comic artists. Some of these smaller cons, it's just nice to be able to get in, meet who you want to meet, and leave, right? So that was really cool. Okay, let's get into toy talk for a few minutes. So, first and foremost, I bought something. This is the Target semi-truck Transformer crossover Optimus Prime with Autobot Bullseye. So they basically repainted Ravager to be Bullseye. They gave him the Target dog colors. Kind of cool. You can't put the tape in Optimus, but whatever. He does have, the spark in his chest. So that's really cool. I just realized this package is all dinged up. I only paid $10 for it. So Target has a deal going until the 16th of November where it's 25% off one toy from the toy catalog. This is actually listed in the toy catalog. So I bought this. I may go to the store and buy me a new one. And if I can find somebody that's got it and swap it. Because this box is really fucked up. But anyhow, so it's $60. I got 25% off that. And then I had like 15 or $20 in Target cash. $30 in Target cash. So by the time I put the $30 Target cash, the $15 off with the 25%, it only made it like $10. So I was like, for $10, I'm going to buy it. This does, however, reactivate my compulsive disorder of needing to complete the Transformer crossover series. So there was the Transformers crossover Back to the Future DeLorean, the crossover Ecto-1, the crossover Top Gun F-14, the San Diego Comic-Con G.I. Joe crossovers, and then you guys hopefully saw photos that I posted not too long ago. I just got in the recent Dreadnought crossover. The Sergeant Slaughter Triple T crossover. I need to get the Dreadnought. The Dreadnought was last year. I missed it. So I got to get my hands on that. So now I'm going to go hunt down the rest of the crossovers. Oh, and the TMNT crossover. I'm missing that one too. I'm going to wait to see if that one drops on clearance before Christmas. Or if Target does another deal where I can get that on price drop, that'll be good too. So that is it for Transformer stuff. Stuff that is inbound. So I've opened 2 of the 3 Hot Wheel M cases that I received from Entertainment Earth. The first case I did live when I broke it open for Whatnot. That show, by the way, went terrible. We'll get into that in a little bit. That first case had no super, but it did have the treasure hunt. The second case I opened, I did not find the super the first time I went through it. The other day, I had to go through it looking for a replacement yellow Dodge Viper for a guy that won the Whatnot, and I only found 1 light blue Nissan. And I'm like, wait a minute, there's 2 Nissans in that case. The Nissan was a super hunt, so if I only had 1 light blue, the super hunt was in the box. So at like 7:30 in the morning, I wake up like, I need to find the super hunt. Pulled the box apart, and I found it. So I did get a super out of 1 super out of 2 cases. The third case is still behind me. It is still sealed. If you want a shot at seeing if the super's in it, I'll sell you the case. My cost plus shipping, $97 plus shipping. It can be yours. You can take your chance of getting the super. If I do not have it sold before the end cases come in, I'll probably crack it and then just liquidate the case. As for upcoming Hot Wheels, so I've got a like $4,000 order with Entertainment Earth right now. I've ordered 2 of every single 2025 basic car assortment case. So that's A, B through P, whatever the hell it came into. There's 17 cases being released next year. So I think like 2 in 1 month, because there's showing to be like 12 or 13. But I have 2 of every single mainline case coming in. I'm going to crack one for me. I'm going to sell the other ones. So if you want a mainline case of any of the A through whatever this year for 2025, let me know. They should start arriving in December. N and P are supposed to be end of November, and then I will pick up the 2025 case. I'm not getting a Q case. For some reason, Entertainment Earth doesn't have Q cases. So I'm going to have a battle of a time finding those hunts and supers. So that's mainline cases. I have, like every other month, I have pop cultures coming in. Mostly 2 cases of anything with like the Japanese imports. I don't collect them myself, like the Nissans, the Honda Civics. Like, I don't collect them, but I know people do, so I'm going to buy them exclusively just to flip them. So I will have them up for sale through Facebook, through here, whatever. Pop culture, I've got 1 of every case except for the last. So there are 3 pop cultures this year, 6 pop cultures. The last pop culture is getting the Airwolf helicopter. So wave 6 of pop culture for 2025 has Airwolf. I'm buying 3 cases of those. That should get me 6 total Airwolves. There are 2 cases of international style pop cultures. Not pop cultures, they're called something else. They are going to have a Transformer crossover. So there's an Optimus and a Magnus. So I've got 2 each of those cases coming. I think they're mid-year. So I will keep you informed as soon as I know when I'm getting those in. I'll let you know that I've got them. You can pre-order those cars. I ordered 1 each case of the Batman assortment that's coming out this year. There's 3 sets of those coming. Those should give 2 sets of Batman cars. So I'll have all new Batman cars this year. So yeah, it's like 6 pop cultures, 6 pop cultures. I think 5 car cultures, 3 Batmans, and the 2 special editions that's going to have the Transformers in it. So that is the 2025 order already put in. I can add things to it as I need, or if I see a certain treasure hunt, it's going to be super cool, whatever. I'll see if I can get the case added to a side order. But that's it for Hot Wheels coming in this year. Haslab has released a Ecto 1. There are 2 versions. There's a basic and there is the collector's edition. The basic is just plain Ecto 1A. The collector's edition allows you to convert it to Ecto 1, or is it Ecto 1 and then Ecto 1A? Ecto 1A, yeah. So the collector version is Ecto 1, but it has the parts to make it Ecto 1A from Ghostbusters 2. So it's got the little LED that goes around the top. It's going to have the Ghostbusters in the dark gray jumpsuits. Now what's crazy about this is Hasbro is releasing the O-ring Ghostbusters independent of the Ecto 1. So I have 1 or 2 cases of those coming in right now. So I will have the full set of Ghostbuster O-rings. And then when the Haslab Ecto 1 comes in, I've got the pre-order in for the big edition, the collector edition. It's $399. It was $349 for the regular, $399 for the bigger one. I said, give me the $399 so I can get all the extra stuff for Ghostbusters 1 and 2. If they make enough support, we're gonna get a Tully in Ghostbuster gear figure that will be packed in. Right now, the original backing is the Library Ghost and Slimer. And then if you get, like I said, the bonus one, you'll get the extra characters plus Tully. So hopefully they back it far enough to get to the Tully unlockable. I've missed a lot of the G.I. Joe Haslab product, so much where I almost don't want to buy into the Hasbro classified series anymore because I'm so far behind. There's like 200 plus classified figures. There's like 5 Haslab released vehicles, not including all the other vehicles that have been exclusive. Which reminds me also, this week, the classified Stingers are coming in. So I did get my hands on a case of those. It's 2 per case. The Stinger was extremely hard to get for a hot minute. I think they're going for like $75 to $90 a piece on eBay. I will have one, maybe 2 of them, just depending on how quickly I can get them sold. So if you still need a classified Stinger, let me know. I think I'm going to keep one. The Stinger is one of those vehicles as a kid I never had. I kind of always wanted it. I thought it was really cool. It's this very Jeep looking. I'll probably keep that for myself. But yeah, so I've got G.I. Joe Stingers coming in. I have Ghostbuster O-Ring figures coming in. Haslab has the backing pre-order up for the Ecto 1 in the large scale. That'll do the large scale figures. Tons of stuff, dude. Like I know this video went on forever and lots of updates. We went from Spooky Empire to celebrities to Hot Wheels to G.I. Joe to Ghostbusters to Transformers. So this here was an absolute great Rick's Toy Room update. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you're looking for, especially if you want some of that Hot Wheels stuff. If not, I'll flip it somewhere else or I'll just keep it. If you happen to want a Stinger, I'm also looking to trade it. So if you've got one of the other vehicles that I don't have yet, we can work something out. I'm looking for, I think I've got the Crimson Baroness bike, but I could use the, they did like the Night Creeper bike. Walmart's got them on sale right now, I think for like $30, $15. Might buy one. But the Tiger Paw, anything like that, I'm looking to trade. I'll trade, vehicles for vehicles. And then if you have any of the old crossover Transformers, you want to sell them, let me know. I'd be interested in buying them. And then we'll see what comes out of the next. I don't know if I'm going to do another Whatnot. The last Whatnot was a little disappointing. By a little, I mean a lot disappointing. I'm really shocked I didn't get more people trying to buy into these spots to get that, to get the Chevelle extra that I had. I missed the Supra, so I'm not going to have one of those for sale. I don't think I'm going to do Whatnot. Like, between their fees are... I need to contact their customer care because every single box sold for $1. The transaction fee is a set fixed rate. Their rate is supposed to be fixed rate. Why is every one of my payouts different? So me and Whatnot need to have a conversation. I lost probably 2/3 of that auction's value. I think everything said and done, that auction was, everything being sold was like $170 cost. And by the time I got finished, even including the Whatnot bonus, I made 1/3 of that. So I lost a significant amount of money on that Whatnot auction. I don't know if it'd be better off for me just putting them in Facebook Marketplace group, listing them for $1.25 and selling them direct to people on Facebook. Might be the way I have to do it. Yeah, so I'll probably take that M case that I had already cracked. I'll put all the singles on Facebook to be sold that way independently. And then when I crack this third M case, probably the same thing. The neighborhood garage sale is actually a weekend I'm thinking about going home. So, yeah, I got to look into a couple things. I might go home that weekend. If I do, then I'm not going to be able to sell it at the garage sale. If I don't go home, then everything's just going to go to the garage sale for $1, and I'll make still way more money than Whatnot offered me. So, yeah, that's the plan. All right, guys, as always, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, follow, send me a message. Let's talk nerd. Let's talk collectibles. Let's talk celebrities. Let's talk whatever you want to talk. I'm always down for something. Topics always range. I will post more photos of new product as it comes in. So once that end case comes in, we'll do an unboxing. Same thing with the P, and same thing with the 2025s. All right, y'all. Catch ya.